the platform at Southampton are one or two music lovers who just happened to be passing by on their way from London to London and thought they might as well make sure he knew which train to catch. The train is labelled Liberace Special, so fortunately there's not much chance of a mistake.
1956. Liberace was now a transatlantic superstar. His arrival at the start of a European tour whipped fans into a frenzy. But there were many in Britain, and older men in particular, who found the whole spectacle revolting.
I think when Liberace arrived in Waterloo, some of the British public just weren't ready for him. You know, we're quite used to the sort of flamboyance of show business these days, but show business then wasn't like that. There was an awful lot of people who were earning a crust out of doing bird impersonations or, you know, ventriloquism on the radio.
William Connor was 50, and the celebrated author of his own highly opinionated Daily Mirror column, Cassandra. The barnstorming article in which he vented his disgust was to lead to the High Court for a libel trial the like of which Britain had never seen.
He is the summit of sex, the pinnacle of masculine, feminine, and neuter, everything that he, she, and it can ever want. This deadly, winking, sniggering, snuggling, chromium-plated, scent-impregnated, luminous, quivering, giggling, fruit-flavoured, mincing, ice-covered heap of mother love is the biggest sentimental vomit of all time.
Liberace sued for libel. At the High Court in London, cheering fans jostled newspapermen, chasing the story that had everything: fame, glamour, and a whiff of sex. Liberace claimed that the article had damaged his career. The case hinged on one detail. Had Cassandra implied Liberace was homosexual? And for aspiring British entertainers who had worked with Liberace, it was a chance to step into the witness box and the limelight.
The one sentence I was permitted to utter in its entirety was, "There is nothing suggestive or improper in Mr. Liberace's act."
Cross-examined about his unmanliness, Liberace gave a performance of high comedy.
Do you use scent or scented lotion? I use aftershaving lotions and underarm deodorants. And are they scented? Yes. When you come into a room at a press conference, does a noticeable odor come with you? I would not say it is an odor. I would say it is a scent of good grooming, that I smell clean and fresh. I always smell clean and fresh. I've noticed the smell of the press many times.
It was a piece of theatre. There was Lee taking full advantage of the spotlight. There was his famous counsel strutting around the court like an enormous peacock, using his huge voice to fill the court. It all comes back to me now as being something out of Gilbert and Sullivan.
The case gripped the country. To be homosexual was still a custodial offence, and this was the first time that many newspapers had even printed the word. When the direct question came, Liberace's denial was absolute.
Are you a homosexual? No, sir. Have you ever indulged in homosexual practices? No, sir, never in my life. I am against the practice because it offends convention and it offends society.
The verdict was not totally unexpected. The verdict was that it had been libelous, that damages should be awarded and that costs should be awarded. The damages were set at £8,000. The costs were set at £27,000, which was punitive at the time.
For Liberace, it was a Pyrrhic victory. He had denied his own sexuality under oath, and now he could never concede he was gay. Following Cassandra's article, his career would be punctuated with legal skirmishes over his sex life. One lawsuit helped to close down the Hollywood gossip sheet, Confidential.
I am going to file a $25 million libel suit against Confidential magazine. However, there is no price that can be placed on a person's reputation.